Here we are at Roseau River Bible Camp, and we find the director extraordinaire, Duane Goertzen. Duane, here we are. Summer of 2020 is winding down. What a summer it's been. What stands out in your mind as you think back to the summer?
You know, just amazing to think that back in May, we thought we wouldn't be able to do anything. And then having 350 day campers come through, right? So, yeah, that's definitely the thing that sticks out.
Mm-hmm. How did you kind of come to that, like to go from, man, we might not run camp at all to what we have now? Like, I mean, maybe just describe that journey and how did that happen?
We'd like to think that we were wise and smart in planning, but we didn't know what to do, right? And as most people probably. But I think the Lord led us, and we just started one day camp, and it just went from there. And so we knew the right thing to do in May was to start day camps because we didn't know if we'd be able to do any in summer. And so as it just went, we continued to do them, and the Lord provided. So.
I just remember seeing that you guys were doing this in mid-May, and I thought, wow, hats off. The kids have been out of school since March, and here's Roseau, like well into what's normally the school year. And was there any criticism of you guys doing that, or was that okay?
We didn't have any criticism at all. There was not one person that came forward and said, "What are you doing?" Everybody was supportive, and so that was really neat. And kids really wanted to be here. You know, parents wanted to have their kids here. They knew we were following all the guidelines, so yeah. Really good.
Wow. Now, as we go into fall kind of thing, it's kind of like, you know, we still have a lot of restrictions, and this really cuts into how the camp kind of makes ends meet financially. So how do you face basically a requirement of no overnight and that kind of thing at this point? How are you handling that part?
Yeah, I think the Lord actually prepared us as a camp even years ago by starting to do personal support raising. And so everybody's funded with personal support, and we haven't lost any personal supporters yet. And so that's been great as a provision. So all the full-time staff have been able to keep on working. And then, also our one of Canada's policy with no debt has also set us up to be successful at this point where we don't have any income. We wouldn't have been able to pay off our debt. And so even though we're almost completely done our building project, we don't have debt on it, and so we're able to take that as we have the funds. So,
I mean, that's probably, well, maybe let me ask you, what was the highlight of your summer?
Man, I don't know if I have one thing that sticks out. For me, it was, I think, just the journey to see all the staff that wanted to be here. Some of them said, yeah, we're going to come even though we know we're not getting paid anything. And so we often try and give our staff honorariums, but the commitment of the staff, I think, would be one thing that would stick out to me.
For sure. And to me, like, having been here, I guess, a few weeks ago, seeing the chapel in use and stuff, like, wow, after all these years, definitely. The building's open, like, wow.
And I would have shared that too as a highlight, but I guess it didn't come to mind right away. It's just because, we have been working on it for, I think, 9 or 10 years, and then to have the first summer where we can actually use it to be at such a small capacity. So, but yes, it was wonderful on really hot days, air conditioning in there, so yeah.
Now, let's talk about October 4th, the Gather and Give Thanks. What do you see, how do you see that happening? What's going to be happening and where and all that?
Yeah, we're hoping to have it here at the camp. So we'd like to have it outdoors, and we'd like to just keep it in groups of 100. And then, I think we're probably going to have 2 different show times. We'll be selling tickets for it, I believe. And just also a report on God's goodness over this last summer and through what's been probably the craziest year of my camping career. So,
Absolutely. So some people will be watching this at a mission conference at Mitchell Gospel Fellowship, and maybe share some needs, whether financially, personnel, or anything. As you look at the autumn, the winter ahead, what are some needs right here at Roseau River Bible Camp?
Yeah, so I think our donations have been down, so we definitely have financial need there. We're still trying to be smart about it, as me along with the camp board have been doing quite a bit of planning, so we're trying to be smart with the financial side of things. But yeah, we are having more work happening in Cyprus, so we're looking for a little bit more taping to be done in the basement. And we're going to be doing some painting and flooring down there as well. So there'll be some physical needs there as well.